The previous IG, deputy IG, even he gave instruction to Dandola that these people should be protected. It's not being done till today.
And back to Nakuru, police officers in Naivasha's Kayole area have seized more than 300 liters of ethanol chemical that were being hidden in a house. Confirming the incident, Naivasha Deputy County Commissioner Mutua Kisilu issued a stern warning to those involved in the drug trafficking, noting that the law will catch up with them. He at the same time called for a synergy between local administration and the residents in a bid to eradicate drugs and substance abuse, among other social vices in the region.
Today we are destroying 300 because there are 14 of 25 liters. It is over 300 liters of pure ethanol. Nani sumu. This is for industrial use, lakini watu wakichukua wanatengeza pombe nayo. Tunataka kuwaomba wananchi muendelee kutusaidia na habari. Sisi tunawapromise kwamba habari yenu tutaichukua confidentiality na haitatoka kwetu.
Ambao wanatengeneza hii pombe sasa chuma chao ki motoni, tutawatafuta, tutawashika, kwa sababu hatutakubali wananchi wetu wauzie pombe ambayo ni sumu.
Still on drugs, but now the medicinal one, the county government of Embu has received a consignment of drugs worth 42 million shillings to address drug shortage in a majority of health facilities across the county. The distribution of drugs across the sub-counties was informed by the number of facilities in each area and the population. The county's Medical Services Chief Officer Jane Karimi said measures have been instituted in place to address theft on transit or facility level. Respective members of county assemblies and ward administrators are further being roped in to ensure no loophole for drug loss in the distribution chain.
Waweze kuwa part ya process ya kulinda mandawa zetu katika mahospitali zetu kwa kuripoti kesi yoyote ya wale watu ambao wanaweza kuwa wanatumiwa kuja kuipa mandawa zetu katika mahospitali zetu.
Hii consignment ni ya mandawa, zinakuja vitu za diagnostics na natumai pia za x-ray zipo pale za other facilities.
Moving on, Kaimosi University leadership has local politicians for... I'll take that again. Kaimosi University leadership... all right, there seemed to be an error in that story, but we will be bringing to you a little bit later on that. Let's move on to the great county of Kilifi, where the county government has suspended senior procurement officers for 90 days. This follows allegations of gross misconduct and fraud in the county department of procurement from the public. According to the acting county secretary Martin Mwaro, the county government has formed an investigation committee to probe the allegations. The committee, which will be led by county executive committee member for health and sanitation Peter Mwarogo, will officially receive, compile and investigate all the public claims and submit the report to the governor in the next 60 days.
Way for the said investigations. Matano Riziki Ichoga, Evelyn Kache Kazungu, Priscilla Mwakamunga, Rehema Luvuno Chimera, Andrew Anderson Kai, Michael Mwadali, Mary Riziki Nzaro, Mulanda Mazonga Makanda, Andrew Kiti Kombe, and Kadhengi Rose Charo, and Habel Humphrey Juma. Ndio sababu tumeweka jopo hili tuweze kutoa nafasi kwa wananchi, isiwe tu ni rumors. Okay, thank you.
In other news, a group of youth from Nairobi's Eastland area has teamed up to donate clothing to people with disability and vulnerable in the society. The group said it decided to start this noble program after realizing that people with disability are easily forgotten. Speaking during cloth distribution exercise in Ngomongo, Korogocho and Kariobangi North, the youth urged the well-wishers to partner with them in the program.
I will very much urge the government to assist in whatever way that they can. As you can see, we are not we're not, we don't have any donors or anyone specifically that we're relying on. We put our resources together, and together with whatever we're able to mobilize from people who are willing to give. So my request to the government is that if they can come on board and help us do it together, it can be far much better, so they can be able to reach people.
The security apparatus have been urged to fast-track resolution of border disputes between Kipsigis and Luo community in order to bring stability. This comes after 2 people were killed at Kericho-Kisumu border last weekend over border dispute. So, Member of County Assembly Naaman Rop has called on the police to complete investigations and arrest the culprits. He added that the matter is affecting the cohesion and coexistence in Kamagon, Sondu and the neighboring Nyakach.
We want to condemn those violence and instruct the National Intelligence Service together with the Kenya Police to complete the investigations and ensure that those criminal elements are brought to book. We know very well that our neighboring communities are people who are good, but we are aware that criminal elements want to exploit that period of time and ensure that there is an agreement and a disagreement between the neighboring communities in this place.
Machakos County Government has received medicinal drugs worth 1.7 million shillings to boost drug availability in health facilities across the county. Speaking while receiving medicinal drugs donations, Machakos County Executive Committee member for Health Daniel Njue said in the recent past, Machakos County hospitals have been hit by drug shortages, forcing residents to seek alternative ways of getting health services. He urged Machakos residents to be patient with the county health department as the process of acquiring drugs from KEMSA takes time.
Ugawaji wa madawa katika hospitali zote za kaunti na za serikali ni kwamba ukipata madawa yanaendelea yakipungua, na kuna wakati ambapo madawa hupungua. Kwa sasa tuligawa madawa katika kaunti ya Machakos mwezi wa Mei, na mwezi wa Mei, mwezi wa June na mwezi wa Julai. Na iwapo itapungua, gavana ametuhakikishia kwamba tunaweza kufanya supplementary, na tukifanya supplementary tuweze kupata additional drugs, tutaweza kusambaza.
Splinter groups of Mau Mau freedom fighters have been called upon to unite and help build a Mau Mau museum in Githunguri as part of the promises made during the fight to liberate Kenya. This was said during a meeting held in Githunguri by organizers of the Mau Mau Museum project. The museum, to be constructed in Githunguri, is expected to give a clear picture of what transpired during the struggle for Kenya's independence. Reuben Kongo, the Secretary General of Mau Mau Umbrella Organization, also known as Kenya Unity for Memorial, Peace, Heritage and Cultural Organization, said unity among leaders would go a long way to establish cultural harmony among Kenyans.
Tuna matarajio ya kujenga museum ili tukaweza kuwa na mahali ambapo tunaweza kumbuka historia yetu kama taifa, historia yetu kama jamii. Kwa hivyo ombi letu ni kwamba tunahitaji tukaweza kushirikiana pamoja, tukaweza kujenga ile dhingira katika Githunguri. Wakati ule dhingira utajengwa, ndio jamii yetu itaweza kuwa na ile amani na wataweza kufurahia nchi yao.
Let's now shift gears to matters education, where a total of 100 students drawn from vulnerable and humble backgrounds of Suna East, Migori County are set to benefit from scholarships and bursaries donated by Job Tambo Foundation, a non-governmental organization. The funds will help cover up the deficit from the amount disbursed from the Higher Education Loans Board. According to the foundation's representative, George Ndima, through the funds, the beneficiaries have a higher chance to enroll and pursue education in higher learning institution and better their lives. Sentiments echoed by Suna East Sub-County Commissioner Benson Karani.
Hiyo ndio kazi tulifikiria tufanye kwa Suna East, kwa sababu masomo ndio msingi ya kila kitu. Bila masomo hakuna chochote inaweza kufanyika Suna East.
We've also had the opportunity to talk to our students who are joining the university about their responsibilities. We talked about the issues of being disciplined when they are there, working hard so that they can pass in their exams.
To me, I can say thank you because he has rekindled our candles where we never thought that we were going to university, because you knew university is only for those who have money, but for Job Tambo has shown us a way and a brilliant time that we have to study hard and come and help people from our society.
Now, the Chinese Innovations through Jukebox Technologies company has launched a remote CCTV and access controls that is expected to boost security in Kisii town and its environ. Regional Distributor Director Kennedy Langat disclosed the region had been given distributorship for the gadgets to be received directly from the manufacturer. Local youths will exploit in training in the technology and thereafter engage in installation of the equipment, which will be operated through phones.
Vision can work with our regional distributor and provide the good service and good support to our customer in Kisii.
We get CCTV installed in the premises because it is now security is a big concern to everyone, and it is good to know that you are safe.
The region is going to benefit in terms of cheaper prices because we are getting goods directly from the manufacturer in China. We are also getting support in terms of warranties for those who have issues with Hikvision material. The youths of this region are going to get free training yesterday so that they can know how to install CCTV cameras and several other security gadgets. We're also going to have a showroom. We already opened a showroom in Nyamotai Plaza, whereby any client can come and see how the gadgets are installed, and so that they are able to understand what they are buying.
Let's now revisit our earlier story from Kaimosi, where Kaimosi University leadership has accused local politicians for interfering with the running of the higher learning institutions' affairs. This comes after the political leaders accused the Deputy Chancellor of the university, Professor Jack Nandi, for allegedly hiring staff from his own ethnic group. University Academic Staff Union WASU, University Staff Union and the administration of the university have, however, urged politicians to stay away from university affairs and issues, stating that the employed staff were hired according to the law and are working legitimately.
You see, when you come and make blanket allegations, it only creates fear and despondence amongst the workers. And that's what we're saying. It affects the productivity of these workers. These are innocent workers. They just came, applied for these jobs, they were interviewed, and they were given the jobs.
We want to dissociate ourselves. We do not have such stuff here. We, as the KUSU officials, we've never seen that kind of a list that is talking of membership of our staff.
Sisi ni wafanyikazi na tumejua haya mambo ya profiling tangu ilipotokea huko nje. Huku ndani tukiingia katika hili keti, sisi ni ndugu. Tunajua tu fulani ni ndugu yangu amekuja kazini.
Time for business. Avocado farming has received a major boost following the opening of one of the largest farms in Naivasha by an Israeli investor. The 400-acre Granot International Farm in Dabibi area is expected to employ over 1,000 workers. Granot International, under the Evergreen Avocado, is set to distribute over 300,000 seedlings to farmers in a bid to increase yield and tap into the high global demand. Israeli ambassador to Kenya, Michael Tem, identified the farm as one of the many agriculture projects supported by the Israeli government, adding that the partnership between Israel and Kenya will see more farms opened in the country with a view of impacting knowledge to farmers.
The production in Kenya is very low compared to other countries. So we can produce avocado, very good and very quality avocado, in a very low prices. So we believe in the Kenya avocado, and I think it will be very good in the market.
I see the local community so much involved in it. They will be able to spread the knowledge and to take it to even to the small farms. But this is the beginning. I think that more interesting than how much money is that already they employ about 1,000 people here, and that will grow to 4,000 in the near future. And they look to do business with other farms around and beyond.
Prospects are so high in terms of increasing the acreages and avocado. That way we're going to build our economy, we're going to increase job opportunities for our youth.
We now cross over to Narok County, which is playing host to the first Maa Cultural Festival. And as you can see, they're already on the ground. Let's first of all listen in. Narok, and as you can see, Chief Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, together with area leaders there, and also the governor of the great county of Narok, they are having a jig and they stand in. Let's first of all listen in. That the leaders will be addressing. Remember, yesterday the event was officially opened by the head of state, promising that national parks will have the advantage together with the county, as opposed to what has been there before, where national parks have been submitting all the revenues to the national government. Now will be shared 50-50. We'll be getting back to those side sounds and the speeches in a moment. But away from that, the Africa Digital Media Institute, ADMA, is set to partner with digital professionals to impart them with green skills for sustainable impact. The initiative focuses on creating impactful content related to environmental concerns and collaborative partnerships to empower the youth to drive positive change. The head of partnerships at ADMI, Mukui Mbijo, highlighted the Institute's dedication to nurturing a generation of digital professionals who are equipped to tackle advocacy issues.
Complex environmental issues and propose adaptable strategies will help them mitigate and adapt to the different things that are going on. We can utilize social media platforms, podcasts, webinars to disseminate engaging content to young people about what is going on and what they can do about it. And at ADMI in particular, we support our students to create multimedia projects that are able to connect with their peers about these issues.
We do sincerely apologize for that technical hitch. We'll revisit that story again, where lack of information on available opportunities and operational guidelines on the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement is undermining efforts by local micro, small and medium enterprises to take advantage of the trade agreement. Speaking during the ongoing sensitization for SMEs and women business, the Director of International Trade at the Trade Ministry, Olivier Konje, called for sensitization by both private sector players and African governments to boost MSME participation and consequently increase intra-Africa trade.
Inclusive implementation of the CFTA through improved private sector engagement, including SMEs as well as women and youth in business.
You want to get into the international business and you don't know what to do, we are there to guide you. You need contact of our officers in those countries, commercial attaches and commercial counselors in those areas. We are there to help you. Maybe you want to get to know something. All in all, as you get into international business, make sure that you put emphasis on signing contracts which are binding, so that when you do a business with somebody outside there, you can actually take that person to court.
Standard Chartered Bank Kenya Limited has recorded a 28% increase in net profit after tax from 5.4 billion shillings in the year 2022 to 6.9 billion shillings for the first half of 2023. The lender attributed the strong growth to net interest income that grew by 38% to 13.8 billion from 10 billion in a similar period last year. The lender also booked an increase in net loans and advances to customers that increased by 4% from 139 billion to 145 billion in a similar period. Let's now shift gears to matters sports, where multiple world record holder Faith Kipyegon is hopeful of performing well in the 5,000 meters race at the ongoing World Athletics Championship in Budapest, Hungary. Kipyegon successfully retained her 1,500 meter title to win Kenya her first gold medal at the Global Championship.
That here, but it's Kipyegon's gold as expected.
After breaking 3 world records and being in top form this year, Kipyegon says her main focus now is to qualify for the 5,000 meters finals in Budapest, Hungary.
Haitakuwa rahisi vile, but najua team yenye iko 5,000 tuko strong na tutangangana.
Kenya won a bronze medal in the men's 3,000 meters steeplechase.
Nilikuwa na plan kwa hii championship nipate any medal, so that's why nilianguka na nikasema sita lose hope, ndaendelea kukimbia.
Sports ni kama hivyo, unashindwa leo, kesho kutwa unashinda, so tumekubali hivyo, lakini sasa tunaenda kung'ang'ana tena.
I'm not disappointed. I'm very happy because this is my first major competition, and I'm seeing the future is bright.
Meanwhile, Olympic Games silver medalist Ferguson Rotich looked dejected after finishing 6th in the 800 meters race.
I had a muscle pull during my last training in Nairobi, and I think that cost me a lot.
Unajua semis ni ngumu kuliko finals, so semis ndio kasi iko, and inabidi tujiandae vizuri kuliko hata hits na finals.
Yeah, I'm recovering, just ready for the Olympics next year. That's my focus now.
Kennedy Langat, KBC Sports, Budapest, Hungary.
Don't forget to catch all the action, including today's action, on your True Sports partner, KBC Channel 1. Elsewhere, the national women's volleyball team Malkia Strikers will take on defending champions Cameroon in the semi-finals of the 2023 African Nations Championship in Yaoundé, Cameroon. The Louis Omar de Moura Chargers qualified for the last 4 after seeing off Nigeria by 3 straight sets in the quarterfinals. The former African Queens easily won the match 25-14, 25-17 and 25-11 respectively. Kenya's Veronica Thiambo was named the most valuable player. In the other semi-final match, powerhouse Egypt will face Rwanda. Kenya last won the African Nation Championship in the year 2015.
Tutacheza na hao vile wako. Unajua sasa hao wako na fans, sisi hatuna, wako home. But tutacheza tu game yetu ile yenye tulifunzwa. Tutacheza na mashabiki. Sisi tutacheza game yetu.
All the best to the Malkia strikers and our boys and girls who are doing us proud in Budapest, Hungary. And in that regard, we have come to the end of the... But before we wrap up, let me take this one more story. Hibernian manager Lee Johnson has urged his players to show their individual brilliance and thrive as underdogs against Aston Villa in the Europa Conference League playoffs, as he believes that they are the favourites to win the Europa Conference League. Hibernian have come through 2 qualifying rounds, while Villa are beginning their first European campaign in 13 years.
The first leg marks an emotional return Scotland for the midfielder John McGinn, who won the Scottish Cup with Hibernian and helped take them back to the top flight during his 3-year spell before moving to the Midlands club in 2018. Emery aims to add to his impressive pedigree after winning the Europa League in 3 successive years with Sevilla from 2014 and triumphing with Villarreal in 2021. Hibernian midfielder Jack Doyle-Hayes could return from a 2-game injury absence. Dutch striker Dylan Vent is fine after being forced off with a facial injury, while Italian midfielder Nicolo Zaniolo is in contention to make his Villa debut after joining on a season-long loan from Galatasaray.
And on that note, we wrap up KBC Lunchtime News this Wednesday afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. Brian Muraru has been a sign language interpreter. My name is Bentroy Njue. Of course, don't forget to check out the Budapest action right here on KBC Channel 1 from today all the way to the final day on Sunday. Do have yourself a blessed afternoon.